Welcome back. I'm your trainer and PMP coach, Anand. I'm glad that I'm able to contribute to your PMP certification journey. This is continuation of first chapter Introduction to Project Management. Project information. Throughout the life cycle of the project, significant amount of data and information is collected, analyzed and transformed. And finally it is distributed to various stakeholders. Let's understand some of the common terms related to project information. Work performance data. It's a raw observation and measurement identified during the activities performed to carry out the project work. Think you are in execution process group and work is in progress to create deliverables. It can be document or deliverable can be a product. So the work performance data will be actual cost, actual duration, and the percentage of work completed for that document or the product. Work performance information. The performance data collected from various controlling processes, analyzed in a context, and integrated based on relationship across the different knowledge areas. Data in itself will not have a meaning. If I report 10 activities are completed, it doesn't mean anything. But if I report out of 100, 10 activities are completed, then it is meaningful. Work performance information examples are status of deliverables and the forecasted estimate to complete. Work performance reports. A work performance report is a compilation of work performance information for consumption purpose, such as status or decision making. Example may include status report, memos, justification, information notes, dashboard, recommendation, etc. Project data is regularly collected and analyzed throughout the project lifecycle. So let's try to understand how this work performance data, work performance information and work performance reports are generated. Diagram shows flow of project information across various processes. Work performance data is generated during the project execution. Think as if you are working on creating some deliverable or product and there will be lots of data gets generated. Work performance data is input to all controlling processes where this data is analyzed in a context of respective knowledge area and it results in a work performance information. Work performance information is then fed into overall project control, which is done through monitor and control project work process. In this process, overall project performance is analyzed and this analysis results into work performance report. Work performance reports are further communicated to project team members and stakeholder either for decision making or as just information notes. Process tailoring. Look at the project life cycle. Each project phase will have 49 processes. This is the default understanding as per PMBOK guide. Do you think in reality all these 49 processes will be applicable across each phase of the project? Most of the time, no. For example, if all project work is done internally using internal resources, then procurement processes may not be required. First of all, let's start with agreeing on some of the below point. It's very clear that you don't need to use every process on every project or every phase of the project. Number of processes may depend on size and complexity of the project. Bigger the project, probably you are going to use lot more processes than a small project. Agile project will have its own selection criteria. And you also need to agree on the processes to be used on the project and the depth of each processes to be used on the project. Process selection may be influenced by project constraint, governance, culture, customer, collaborative efforts by project managers within the organization, and so on. However, once decided, processes will be tailored to fit the type of project that we are managing as per organization's requirement. Throughout the PMBOK guide, in different knowledge area chapters, you will learn about process tailoring. What are the types of tailoring? there will be possibility of some tailoring in each knowledge area. For example, from risk management knowledge area, you may tailor which processes you will use on the project. Processes belongs to knowledge area and hence they will also be tailored. For example, one of the process under risk management, that is quantitative risk analysis, you will decide what depth of a risk analysis will be done based upon the nature of project. It is the project's priority and characteristics that will drive which processes we need and what extent we need to execute them. Let's understand process tailoring through a software development project example. We have 4 phases for this project: initiate, study, design, build and test, and operate. Let's take a 3-step approach to do a process tailoring. First, select the project management processes for each phase of the project. Second, detail the level of process implementation you will do for each process. And finally, select the tools and techniques that you will use and describe its rationale. For initiate project phase, we will select majority of initiation and some planning processes. Don't confuse initiate phase with the initiation process group. They both are different. For study phase, we will select majority of planning and some executing processes. This is because study phase emphasizes on detailed requirement gathering and finalizing scope and project management plan. For design, build and test phase, we will have majority of executing process group processes and monitoring and controlling process group processes. As you know, this is where the maximum resources will be used, maximum time will be spent, and deliverables will be produced. In this case of a software project, a software build will be ready, testing will be done, so these are considered as a deliverables. In operate phase, few executing and monitoring controlling process group processes will be executed, and majority of closing processes will be used, as contract will be closed, software will be handed over to IT operations team, and project document will be archived, and finally project will be closed. I hope you got the understanding of a process tailoring concept. We will keep discussing this throughout the course of this course. Project management business document. Project sponsor is accountable for the development and maintenance of the project business document. There are 2 types of business documents: business case and benefit management plan. Both are interdependent. Project manager need to ensure project management approach captures the intent of this business document. Project manager is responsible for providing recommendation and oversight and alignment of a business document with a project document. What are those project documents? Those are project charter, project management plan, and project success measure. Of course, everything should be aligned with organization strategy. If a project is a part of program, then this document will be at a program level, and project manager need to ensure communication with the program manager to ensure the alignment. Let's understand life cycle of various document against project life cycle. Projects are not initiated randomly. They are initiated based on some business needs like need for change, need for improvement, or need for automation. On the screen, you can see pre-project work and project life cycle with generic phases. This business needs goes through a needs assessment, which results into a business case. Further, business case and benefit management plan are interdependent and they are developed together. All these are pre-project activities. Once the business case is approved, project charter will be created as a part of starting the project phase. Once the project charter is approved, there will be phase gate to ensure all requirements are met to move to the next phase of the project. Sometimes these are also called as skill point, as this decides whether to pursue next phase of the project or close the project. Project charter further act as an input to create the project management plan. And of course, project management plan will be used throughout the execution of a project, which will be taken care of by the next phases of a project life cycle. So let's understand this business document starting with a business case. What is a business case? It is documented economic feasibility study used to establish validity of the benefits of a selected project. The results of needs assessment is summarized in this business case. It will have list of objectives and reason for a project initiation. It helps measure project success at the end of a project against the project objective. It is also used as a basis for authorization of further project work, sometimes referred as a go-no-go decision. And who writes the business case? Of course, it is written by a project sponsor, and remember, not by a project manager. Of course, project manager can contribute to the business case, but accountability is with the project sponsor. Let's look into the details of business case. The key component of business case are business needs. It determines what is prompting the need, business problem or opportunity, value to be delivered to the organization when the business need will be fulfilled, identification of affected stakeholder, and finally a scope. Business case will contain analysis of the situation. This is the current situation analysis. It will have analysis of what is the organizational strategies, goal and objectives. Analyze what is the root cause of a problem or main contributors to this opportunity. Gap analysis, existing versus needed capabilities. Identification of risk. Identification of critical success factors. Identification of decision-making criteria, for example, required, desired, or optional, and options analysis. Recommendation. So this will have statement of recommended options, constraints and assumptions related to those recommendations, risk and dependencies, success measures, identification of critical success factors. Finally, you will have evaluation. So at the end, after completion of the project, how project will be evaluated. So plan for measuring the benefit project will deliver, ongoing operational aspects which are beyond the implementation of project, mostly to deal with how you are going to manage this product outcome throughout the life cycle. Business case is a live document and can be updated throughout the project life cycle. Update to business case will always impact the project or project management plan. Consider a scenario where organization has been handed a number of project contracts. Due to resource constraint, the organization can't handle all the projects at once. So they need to decide which projects will maximize profitability. So business case will be presented in a board meeting to take a decision. Some business case will be approved and some will be rejected. This is where the project selection method comes into picture. There are two types, benefit measurement method and constraint optimization method. Let's start with benefit measurement. It is a project selection technique based on the present value of estimated cash outflow and inflow. The techniques that are used in benefit measurement are economic model, EVA, which stands for economic value added. It is a performance metric that calculates the worth creation of the organization while defining the return on capital. If there are several projects assigned to a project manager, the project that has the highest economic value added is picked. The EVA is always expressed in numbers, not as a percentage. Benefit cost ratio. As the name suggests, it is the ratio between present value of inflow or the cost invested in project to the present value of outflow, which is the value of return from the project. Projects that have a higher benefit cost ratio or lower cost benefit ratio are generally chosen over others. Next is scoring model. The scoring model is an objective technique. The project selection committee lists relevant criteria, weights them according to their importance and their priorities, and then add the weighted values. Once the scoring of this project is completed, the project with the highest score is chosen. Payback period. It is a ratio of the total cash to the average per period cash. It is the time necessary to recover cost invested in the project. The payback period is a basic project selection method. When the payback period is used as the project selection method, the project that has the highest payback period is preferred since the organization can regain the organizational investment faster. Net present value. Net present value is the difference between the project's current value of a cash inflow and the current value of a cash outflow. The NPV must always be positive. When picking up a project, one with higher NPV is preferred. Discounted cash flow, internal rate of returns, we will discuss about these two methods separately. And finally, last one is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the cost that is given up when selecting another project. During project selection, the project that has the lower opportunity cost is chosen. So all these techniques will be used so that projects will be selected. Next is constraint optimization method, which is mathematical approach or mathematical model. So here we have some very peculiar names: linear programming, non-linear programming, integer programming, dynamic programming, multiple objective programming. Please note that programming here doesn't refer to software programming or coding. It is more of a planning. From exam point of view, you just need to remember these are some of the methods as a part of a constraint optimization project selection method. Business case and other decision making, like phase gate and project performance. So there are various decision making done during the course of a project execution. So you may come across project go no go decision, phase gate decision, whether to continue to next phase of the project or not, benefit realization and performance related decision. There will be always disagreement between various stakeholders in terms of a benefit realization and performance. So there should be criteria which helps you to decide this. Project closure decision, project termination decision. So all these are the various decisions that will be also taken through some higher management based upon the organization's processes. Another important business document is a benefit management plan. So what is this? It is the documented explanation defining the processes for creating, maximizing, and sustaining the benefit provided by a project. So it will contain a lot of information like target benefit, which means expected tangible or intangible value as an outcome of this project. Strategic alignment, how the project benefits are strategically aligned to organization strategy. Time frame, so by which phase the benefits will be realized, whether they are short term, long term, or ongoing benefits. Who is the benefit owner? Who is the person or a department accountable to monitor, record, and report this benefit? Matrices, which helps you with the measurement. Assumptions, the factors that are expected to be in place to realize this benefit. And finally, risk. So risk associated with realization of benefit. Project success measures. Traditionally, project success was adherence to scope, cost, and schedule. Now the project success is based on meeting project objectives, delivering intended benefits as agreed in the business case and described in the benefit management plan. Project should meet success criteria defined by key stakeholder. This will be present in the project charter, and it is closely linked to organization strategy and business results. We are at the end of chapter 1, Introduction to Project Management, part 2. This part was divided into 3 sessions. I hope you have gone through all of them. Let's do a quick recap. In first session, you learned about component of PMBOK guide. We talked about project lifecycle and project phases. In second session, you learned process, process group, knowledge areas, and how they are related to each other. We also talked about common process interaction. In current session, I explained project information, process tailoring, business document. We talked about business case and benefit management plan, project selection approach, and project success measurement. Great work. I'm glad that I'm able to help you out to understand the project management and help you prepare for PMP exam. Thanks. See you in next session.